You may be asking yourself, what is density? Well, density is the mass per unit volume, or density is equal to mass divided by volume. But instead of using that boring word mass, let's call it stuff. Instead of using that confusing word volume, let's use the word space. The easiest way to measure the density of an object is by using good old-fashioned water. So, if an object sinks, it'll be more dense than water, and if it floats, it'll be less dense than water. You know, the funny thing is, even if you break an object up into a bunch of different parts, the density always stays the same. However, if you change the space of an object, the stuff stays the same, but the density changes. Confused? Here, let's look at this example. If I take this piece of bread and put it in a bucket of water, it floats. But if I take the same piece of bread and roll it into a ball and then stick it in the water, it sinks. Why, you may ask? Because the stuff stayed the same, but the space changed. Here is another example. If you hold your breath while underwater, you will float. But if you release your breath while underwater, you will begin to sink. This is because the air that you released caused the space to stay the same, but the stuff has changed. An important thing to remember is just because an object is large, it isn't always going to be more dense than water. And just because an object is small, doesn't always mean that it is less dense than water. For instance, a piece of lead on the left is small, but it has the same amount of stuff as the piece of aluminum on the right, even though they are different sizes. Here comes the tricky part. Raise your hand if you think this apple will float or sink. How about this paper clip? What about this wooden block? Or this can of soda? Or this can of soda? Let's find out. Please refer to the worksheet labeled float or sink and we'll find this out together.